life for Brian Cody as well. And we all remember that 1991 All-Ireland final, the last time they met in the championship in the final. And Nicky English was awarded a free down on the goal near Hill 16. Michael Cleary took it. Kind of misheaded, but it went in over Michael Walsh and the rest of the Cats' backs. Éadán McSeedna gets this match underway. The greatest of rivals hoping now to provide us with a feast of good hurling. They try to get away to a good start here, Kilkenny, through Henry Shefflin. Looks really fit, really lean looking. Played away down there. Philly Larkin trying to dispossess Owen Kelly, who can be such a danger man.
Yeah, Ger, already you've seen that Brian O'Mara has gone into corner forward and Benny Dunn has moved out wing forward. But I think Kilkenny would have been expecting that move anyway.
No great surprise there. Benny has played much of this season out at left half. Good scoring record as well. Benny, 2 goals and 10 points. And that's just for this year. Martin Comerford trying to advance inside there. Philip Maher is the fullback up against him. Dangerously inside towards DJ Carey. And it gets just a little heated. And we haven't even played a minute of the match so far. Jostling for position and early supremacy. Dickie Murphy was to have taken charge of this game, but there is a pretty well documented dispute going on in County Wexford regarding referees right now, so Éadán McSeedna steps in. And it's Andy Comerford, the captain, being called across there. Standing alongside him is DJ Carey. But the referee is stamping his authority. And he's given the yellow card to Comerford. Now is he going to talk to anybody else? He's going to throw the ball in. Didn't take long to produce that card. Back out again it comes here towards John Carroll. In towards DJ once again, ever the danger man. And he's fouled as he takes this ball through.
You can see already, Gerard, the reaction to DJ. Every time he gets on the ball, the crowd are on their feet. Now, there's fierce pressure on him, but he does deliver under pressure, and already he has started very, very well.
It'll be Henry Shefflin to hit this one. And he strikes it sweetly between the posts and over the bar. First point of the match then for Henry Shefflin. Well, he's got a very good scoring record, scored 9 points in last year's semi-final. Hit 11 against Offaly, 7 from play. So he's in really good form. And they get it back down again there through their centre-half back, Peter Barry. The other centre-half back is Eamon Corcoran, filling in for David Kennedy. Kennedy is on the bench and he's wearing number 28, should he be needed. Andy Comerford is beaten for it this time. Tommy Dunn flashing it inside there in towards Eugene O'Neill. Picked up here by Philly Larkin. Takes the shoulder, and it was a late shoulder, and the referee isn't happy with it. And it looks like Benny Dunn is the one who's going to have the name taken.
Yeah, Jerry caught him clean. He tackled very, very late. Benny isn't that big and strong as such, and that won't take much out of Philly Larkin. But he got caught, and it's going to be another yellow card. Second one in the game.
Well, the referee has been busy. So a yellow card per team. First Andy Comerford and now Benny Dunn. Benny is the younger brother, of course, of Tommy Dunn. They play for the Greyhounds from Toomevara. Philly Larkin's back on his feet once again. Well, Philly and his dad and granddad, 10 senior medals are in the family possession. This is it again here. He was going away. The tackle came in very late into the chest there of Philly. Dangerous ball in towards Martin Comerford this time, trying to pick it from the cloud. Philip Maher there as well for Tipperary. Good turn, but it's gone wide. The cheers were Tipperary cheers. Cheers of relief. Brian Cody, former great fullback. Brendan Cummins, footballer come hurler, knocking it away downfield towards John Carroll. Well, 3 against 2 just for a moment there. Andy Comerford is the last one to get himself off the ground. Nicky English pacing up and down the line, playing every shot with his players. Andy Comerford needs attention. Ty Crowley is the team doctor. Robbie Lodge is their physio. Bit of concern there, but he's okay. Fit to continue in midfield. John Carroll misses it. Fresh air pop the first time. Peter Barry going back, playing at centre half back. Very, very secure and safe player. That's JJ Delaney. JJ, of course, only 20 years of age, a cousin of PJ, who scored the winning goal effectively in the 1993 All-Ireland final. Tommy Dunn, not such a good cut from the sideline. Might come back to him, it does. Flashes in there towards Brian O'Mara. John Carroll is pursuing it as well. Everybody's after it. Won't come up, however, for Owen Kelly. This is great, strong defensive work on the part of Noel Hickey. Towards Henry Shefflin. There too is John Hoyne, whose brother started in the minor match for Kilkenny. Paul Kelly drops it in, but not a particularly good shot. It certainly wasn't a pass, and there was no way in the world that Brian O'Mara was going to be able to contain it. So 6.5 minutes are gone, just 1 point to show for it so far. Bit scrappy. James McGarry towards John Hoyne this time. Comes to Andy Comerford instead. The challenge coming in from John Carroll. Thundering forward, here is Comerford. Good vision to pick out Hoyne on the right-hand side. Will he go for a pass inside to the inside men towards DJ over Martin Comerford's head? Comes spilling back out here towards Eamon Corcoran. This is very good play, taken out by the fullback Philip Marr. Down towards Benny Dunn. Being challenged there the whole time by Richie Mullally. That's a great catch. Martin Comerford laying it off here. They come through brilliantly with Brian McAvoy. First shot of the game that he's had. DJ Carey putting on the pressure there on Tom Costello. Nicely out to Eamon Corcoran, the new centre half back. John Carroll sweeping it forward, partially blocked. Derek Ling and Andy Comerford working hard in midfield towards DJ once again. Quite a lot of the ball coming down that direction. Tom Costello protesting his innocence. Shake of the head by DJ. It's been a long time out of action, but he's been very much involved in club activity. His form was sufficiently good to compel the selectors to invite him back in for the last 6 weeks just to see if he could make it, and he has. Philly Larkin batting it outside here towards Richie Mullally. Pressure coming in there from Brian O'Mara. Benny Dunn's about, so too is young Owen Kelly, and he has put it brilliantly over the bar. Young man from Mullinahone, the club that gave us John Lahey, and he's made it a point apiece.
Yeah, Jerry, this is a beautiful ball here. It's a ball that could have been cleared first, but once he gets it up here, very hard angle, but left to right, this one is very, very sharp. So far, Jerry, even though Kilkenny is level taken, they are taking the game to tip and forcing it.
This is towards Henry Shefflin. Brian McAvoy. Great run. McAvoy, the wing forward, has players in support outside. Eddie Brennan. And that is still in play. Amazing. Huge clearance down. Mullally fumbles. Benny Dunn is in after it. Tipperary trying to enjoy a little period of dominance in midfield. Mark O'Leary, the man who got 2 goals and a point in last year's All-Ireland final against Galway, on the wing this afternoon. Great clearance there by Paul Kelly. Down towards his brother. Eugene O'Neill is there as well. This is good play by Michael Kavanagh. Bank official has been stationed in Thurles. Noel Hickey Wonderful, long, lengthy clearance. Pressure back on the Tipperary backs. Tommy Dunn not standing around, firing it back down towards Eugene O'Neill, about to be challenged by Noel Hickey. O'Neill, who got a goal in the All-Ireland final of 1997, has turned this opportunity into a wonderful score. Good play by the player from Capawhite.
Yeah, Ger, from a lot less play and a lot less ball, Tipperary now leading by a point, and there is a slight little breeze and it will be favouring Kilkenny in the first half. He's under pressure here and it's a great score by Eugene.
It'll do his confidence a great deal of good. James McGarry's puck out, going towards the left half forward position. Challenging it for it over there was Noel Morris, the new wing back. Derek Ling. Huge shot. It's just gone wide. Or has it? Was it touched by Brendan Cummins, and is it a 65? I think that is the decision. Yes.
Yeah, you're right, Ger. He did go up for it. He could have let it off, but he went up for it and actually touched his hands.
Two very vigilant umpires down there doing their business, assisting Eardal Maxidna.
No, Ger, this is unusual for you. DJ has come out to take this 65. Unusual. He's a top free taker as such, but it's his first game. Nearly could nearly say in 12 months. County standard.
He knows what it would mean if he scores.
There's pressure on, Ger.
It's over the bar, and that is the 250th point in DJ Carey's inter-county career.
Yeah, Jerry answered the pressure. It was a tough call. He came out the minute it was given. He jogged out and took it.
42nd championship game today, and that is a sensational record by a wonderful player. Benny Dunn angling this one across towards Owen Kelly. Eugene O'Neill is in chasing after it as well. It won't come up there for Noel Hickey. Trouble for the Kilkenny backline there. Michael Cameron is the number 2. Everybody appealing for it, and in the end the umpire, who was about a metre or so away, deciding that it went off a forward. Crowd in very good form, and whatever about the rivalry between the two teams, the two counties and so on down the years, the fans mingling, great good humour. McGarry this time varying it a little bit, going towards the right wing, batted away by Paul Kelly. John Carroll has it down towards Brian O'Mara. A chance here. It's 3 against 2 by the goalkeeper. Spooned outside there towards Owen Kelly, trying to turn inside the cover of Philly Larkin, and again shows us what a fantastic sharpshooter he is.
Yeah, Ger, for a minute there, Ger, there was a goal on. Like O'Mara was going down the middle, could have gone himself or just given time. You can see him here just carrying through. It splits up for him. He's thinking himself, and just at the wrong time, the ball goes away, and Owen Kelly just quite good to get a score out of it.
I think it's because O'Mara just let the ball drop down onto the ground that he decided the wisest course of action was to spoon it outside to Kelly. Noel Morris under pressure, responding well against Brian McAvoy. They'll have quite a duel. Already we can see that Philly Larkin is having a duel over there with Owen Kelly. Mark O'Leary coming thundering forward, 2 after him. The angle shot is good. Great play.
That's a beautiful score, Jerry. Took it on the volley, but he comes right through from the right wing. Makes a solo of about 25 or 30 yards. You can see him here being tackled off the stick. Beautiful score.
Anybody who is a hurling fan will appreciate the wonderful skills we're seeing here in the senior match, just as we enjoyed in the minor match before it. Andy Comerford trying to play it into the path of Derek Ling. It comes to Noel Morris instead. Man who started out the championship in midfield. Noel Hickey having a good look up before he plants this one down towards Henry Shefflin. Shefflin not having it all his own way against Eamon Corcoran. Tip trying to shore up the middle. Tommy Dunn one-handed forward, and that'll be Kilkenny possession.
Yeah, during the last few minutes, the Tipperary half-backline come very strong into the game. Morris, Corcoran and Paul Kelly begin to stop the ball going through. No matter how good of full forward you have, if the ball isn't going through, they're not too dangerous.
Pensive looking Brian Cody, waiting for Philly Larkin to come and strike it. Good connection towards Shefflin, but you can see he's been very well marshalled by Eamon Corcoran, playing very, very tight on his man. That's Paul Ormond inside there. His man is Eddie Brennan. We know what pace he's got. Once again, it's the artful dodger, DJ, leaving it behind this time. Great strike. Arms in the air, saluting that one. And it is Derek Ling from Emeralds. Down in Urlingford, place we were talking about earlier on, getting the first point there. John Carroll coming through at the other end. Dangerous situation for Kilkenny. Kelly strikes it, comes back off the goalkeeper. And Kilkenny do really well here. Noel Hickey in the follow-up, and it's going to be a free out.
Defensively very well there, Ger, but Tipperary wondering how they haven't got a goal. Opened up wide again, but fantastic save by McGarry. And that should have been in the back of the net, but it was great defending.
Just as we were admiring the action at the other end, this is what happened when Tipperary took it down there, but it was a great save from Paul Kelly. The shot by Kelly, the save by McGarry. Down the centre towards Shefflin this time. He's caught it. It's a good ball. Trying to turn now, looking for support. Derek Ling, who got that fine point a little while ago, can't take it on this occasion. It's down by Mark O'Leary into the inside forward line. They press once again through Owen Kelly. He can do nothing wrong.
He's a real artiste, as such. A fantastic score.
3
Kilkenny
points
will be disappointed.
from 3 shots.
Kilkenny will be disappointed, Ger, because that ball could be gone up the field when Shefflin caught it, which was a beautiful score by Kelly.
McGarry again driving it down towards Shefflin, and again he catches a great ball against Corcoran, beginning to assert himself a little more. It's a second fine point by Henry Shefflin. Seems to have injured himself, and it's 5 points to 4. Tipperary with the slightest of advantages, but Shefflin managed to get up there high against Eamon Corcoran and drove it defiantly over Brendan Cummins' crossbar. Just watch the catch once again. That's twice he's done it now in the opening 17 minutes. The team doctor was on just for a few moments there while we were watching the reprise of that, just to check with Henry that he was okay. He is. Peter Barry breaking it down, but only as far as Mark O'Leary. Whistle sounds, free in for jersey tugging. So a chance for Tipperary now to put 2 points between them. And it'll be Owen Kelly who will strike this. McGarry organising his defensive formation. Nobody wants to see a slip up in that Kilkenny defence. It's high and it's accurate. His first pointed free. That's 4 points in all now for Owen Kelly. And it's 6 points to 4. Tip still edging it. Great catch here by John Hoyne. They need a little bit more support up there. Trying to get some decent ball in as far as Martin Comerford, back out to Henry Shefflin, who was 45 metres out from the target when he struck it over the bar.
Sure, that's a great one because they worked the puck out. A nice slow trajectory into John Hoyne. He caught it, fed it back into Henry and over the bar.
There's a great sense of togetherness by this Kilkenny team. So many artists in a real sense on both teams. Mark O'Leary trying to play it into space there, intended for Tommy Doyle. Comes back out again towards O'Leary, but it's stolen away by Philly Larkin. Great cornerback play. Huge one up towards Martin Comfort, leaving it behind there towards Eddie Brennan, taking possession once again and trying to be in command of the situation, and he is. A first for Martin Comerford, brother of Andy, and it's 6 points apiece, level for the 4th time. Almost ran away from Martin Comerford, but he managed to get it back. Yeah, Jerry, every time it goes into both sets of forwards, there's a sense of excitement around the ground.
both sets of forwards seems to be very, very dangerous.
Brendan Cummins puck out. Little breeze of, if anything, supporting Tipperary in this first half. Eddie Enright about to strike this. What a great cut up towards Owen Kelly, trying to break it down. It was Eugene O'Neill had the last swipe and it's gone out for a 65. And Philly Larkin really is having his hands full against Owen Kelly. This is it once again here, dropping down very dangerously. Philly was on his hands and knees, but did just enough and decided in the end the wisest course of action was to just knock it out of play and later face the consequences. It's going to be Paul Kelly who will hit this 65. And we've already seen DJ Carey point one for the opposition. Paul Kelly, left-hand side. Great accuracy. Wonderful point. And it's 7 points to 6. So many great skills on view. So many fine players. The match has gathered a momentum of its own up and down the field. Henry Shefflin, 3 around him. Needing support, getting it from Derek Ling. 1 point already. Quick look up at the post. This time it drops short. Brendan Cummins. Pitch, of course, is longer and wider this year. The foul there was on Eddie Enright. And the referee has the notebook out, just noting his number. No yellow card. So once again, there's an opportunity for the long-range striker, Paul Kelly. Having already got 165, this is 65 and a bit. And again, same result. Great free-taking. So 2 points between them once again. Very spirited and enjoyable occasion. Noel Morris about to be put under pressure over there, and he deals with it expertly. Brian McAvoy then tried to hook him and did enough. Ger Harrington over there from Cork, one of our 2 linesmen on duty. The other on this side is Jerry Devlin from Armagh. JJ Delaney sweeping it in there towards the full forward. Drops down towards DJ Carey. Onto it again in a flash. John Hoyne brushed out of the way that time. DJ tries to roll it up. No space in there. Shoulders coming in, and it's won by Paul Kelly. Opting to kick. They try to get back inside there into an area where they could possibly score. Paul Kelly needs a bit of assistance. Noel Morris is back there, getting it away from Derek Ling. The long clearance is by Eddie Enright. Philly Larkin makes a great catch. Steps into trouble, and there was a high challenge there. I think it was Mark O'Leary who caught him. The VIP section, I'm sure, enjoying the game. This is it again here. Philly Larkin stepping away, first of all, from Owen Kelly, and the high challenge hurley around the neck was by Mark O'Leary. And he has got himself a yellow card for that.
Yeah, Ger, that's 3 yellows on the game, and it isn't a dirty game as such, but someone could get caught at a second and then they're gone.
Absolutely. JJ Delaney driving it in there. Huge ball in. John Hoyne trying to get it up there. Paul Ormond is in the gold helmet. The other man there is Eamon Corcoran. Comerford inside with Shefflin hitting it. Stopped on the line by Brendan Cummins. He's had an eventful season in hurling and in football. Andy Comerford fouled by John Carroll. John Carroll has had his number ticked earlier on in this game. Needs to be careful.
Yeah, Jerry, he knew the whistle was gone the minute he hit it back into the back of Andy.
Fresh stick handed in there to Eamon Corcoran by John Hayes. Long-time support for Nicky English and other Tipperary managers. It'll be Richie Mullally who will strike this one. Or that's not Mullally, correction, it's Henry Shefflin. Great result. His 4th point. What a range of talent they have at their disposal when it comes to taking frees. DJ with a 65 earlier on. Henry Shefflin, 2 from frees, 2 from play. Brendan Cummins. Big one down towards Carroll. Batted it in there first time. And they're off the mark quickly. And in particular, Benny Dunn. Playing it into space here towards Eugene O'Neill. Couldn't contain it. Just as Richie Mullally, the man in the green helmet, just like Shefflin at the other end. Andy Comerford towards Brian McAvoy. In beyond Noel Morris. This is Shefflin. Neat pick up. Taking on Eamon Corcoran. Great pace, great penetration. He had vision as well, and he was lucky to get that ball back. It's in towards Martin Comerford, and it's stopped on the line there somehow. And Eamon Corcoran in there to help. Big sigh of relief from the Tipperary followers. That could have been real danger. Shefflin just inches away from getting the first goal of this game. Tipperary have had their chance at the other end. It was Martin Comerford with the final shot. The ball almost ran away from Henry Shefflin initially, but he managed to regroup, regain, and the clearance was by Eamon Corcoran.
This time, Joe, we have DJ out the far side, just about 66 yards out from the goals.
Well, can he work the oracle once again? Great concentration. And the umpire this time says wide. It's Tipperary's, or Kilkenny rather, 3rd wide, 2 wides for Tipperary.
It wasn't far off, Joe, but it's an unusual situation where you have kind of 2 free takers taking them.
Bran O'Mara beaten by Richie Mullally. Into the challenge quickly was Tommy Dunn, inside towards Eugene O'Neill, ready to take on Noel Hickey. Going this way and that, little jinky pass outside, but it reaches a Kilkenny man, Richie Mullally. Broken down by DJ Carey. Brian McAvoy's coming in there, thundering in. Spotting DJ, moving into the clear. Eddie Brennan was there as well. There's a man free and unmarked just to the right of them. That is Henry Shefflin. Never reached him. Noel Morris instead. Booting into the clear. Seized on here by Andy Comerford. Just too far with the pass on this occasion. And the shoulder there on Philip Maher deemed to be an unfair one.
Yeah, and DJ's after getting the belt off the ball. No need for that. And the referee, to be fair to Aidan Maxwell, he's caught the culprit, number 4, Paul Ormond. You just don't need that in a hurling game. You'll find, Ger, that there won't be a free out to be a throw-in.
That is what's going to happen. This is it once again here.
Watch number 4, Ger. That's it.
Yeah, right into the back of
right
DJ.
Into the back.
Players will have to be careful. The referee's patience is bound to run thin eventually. And we have to emphasise the point that in spite of that dig into the back of DJ Carey, it hasn't been a dirty match. Yet we've had 3 bookings. It was a little tip, I think, is what the Tipperary fans will feel. Noel Morris here in need of some attention. Dr. Jerry O'Sullivan is the medical officer with Tipperary. He's been having a steady match, Noel Morris, on Brian McAvoy.
Yeah, Jerry, he's good under the high ball, good at catching it. McAvoy's trying to break onto the ball. McAvoy would have the pace and would be very disappointed that they got a score early on.
Well, Noel Morris has gone way back in front of his own goal, leaving McAvoy free away on the left-hand side. Never reaches him anyway. And this time there's a foul on DJ Carey. It's Tom Costello from Kappa White who commits the indiscretion. And it's Henry Shefflin who's going to try and hit this one. And I'm sure he'll put it over the bar. Shefflin 2 from 2 so far for frees. Can he make it 3 out of 3? Approaching a half an hour gone in the first half. He certainly can. Great work by Henry Shefflin, and the team's level once again. Level now for the 5th time. The fans enjoying the match, getting right behind both teams, facing the All-Ireland final on the 8th of September against Clare at stake. And that is over by Mark O'Leary. Second point by Mark O'Leary. This was nicely broken down here.
Just helping
Good work.
Tip edge, just holding on to that 1 point lead the whole time. He had to hit back and get the score.
Well, that's been the secret of their success so far in the afternoon. Able to come back, answer every one of the Kilkenny points. Philip Marr getting it down. Players looking to see where it went. It went with Peter Barry. Back in there towards big Martin Comerford. He presents a very imposing presence in front of goal. There's his brother Andy, the captain, and that's over. Both midfielders now for Kilkenny have scored in this match. Derek Ling and Andy Comerford. So they're level once again. What a contest. Brendan Cummins, Andy Comerford going back for it. Doesn't get it, however. Instead, it is Peter Barry. Up towards Comerford. That's Martin Comerford. Broken out here towards John Hoyne. Kilkenny very good at putting pressure on the Tipperary backs, but that was good play by Philip Marr. Brian O'Mara now here. Good ball in. Eugene O'Neill beaten for it, however, by Noel Hickey. Steady, commanding and assured towards Brian McAvoy. Got to stick to it, but Noel Morris with a powerful deflection. And it comes to Tommy Dunn, so good at just picking up the pieces in midfield, knocking, inviting balls down there. This is Benny Dunn, his brother. Michael Kavanagh after him. Very awkward angle. Richie Mullally. About to be challenged here is Brian O'Mara. Will he go for the score? Mullally sticking doggedly to his task. And Tip forced backwards, back towards Eddie Enright. Didn't want to go back any further, but Tip got absolutely nowhere. That's great defensive work in the middle of the field, essentially, by the Kilkenny players. Eamon Corcoran sending it out there to Eddie Enright. Dangerously in. Benny Dunn is beaten for it this time by Michael Kavanagh. What on a short corner back. Reaching up for it brilliantly over there was the wing back, JJ Delaney. Inside towards Eddie Brennan. Eddie putting in the challenge there on Paul Ormond. The referee's whistle has sounded, however. Interesting to see what action he'll take here, how he saw it. Everybody full of concentration. Well, it's Kilkenny's possession. Andy Comerford to strike this. Nicely cut up. Doesn't run quite as far as they had hoped. It's Eamon Corcoran instead. 2 men after him. Henry Shefflin, one of them. The other, Eddie Brennan, appeals, and it's another 65. Some furious faces there, not agreeing with Edal Maksivna's judgment in that particular instance.
Yeah, Tip will feel hard done by there because when Paul Ormond was coming to the ball, Eddie Brennan more or less went for Ormond rather than the ball, and they thought it was a free out. No free is accrued, and DJ Carey is back on the 65-metre line. Can he give Kilkenny the lead? About 2 minutes of normal time at the end of the 35, still to play. Rolls it up well. And the big cheer from the Kilkenny followers saluting DJ's second 65. Brilliantly finished. It might have been a free out for Tipperary, but it's Kilkenny who got the 65. They get the point, and they lead by 1. 2 minutes of added time to be played at the end of the 35. Missed by Eugene O'Neill there. They try to get it in. Whistle sounds. And it's going to be a free in. So Nicky now waiting
for his free taker, who is Owen Kelly, to hit this one. This to make it 10 points apiece. Kelly for free is 1 from 1 so far, but of course he has 3 more points from play, so 4 in all. Would he consider going for a goal? He's having a go. It stopped. McGarry saved it initially, and then Philly Larkin saw it come away off his leg. Tip could have been level. At the other end, here comes Brian McAvoy. Great race through the centre here. 3 men after him, support arriving. Derek Ling trying to get it up on the stick. Held out momentarily. Now it's Comerford. Players still in support out there. Brian McAvoy once more. Tricky angle. Hitting it, but he's hit it to the left, and he's put it wide.
Yeah, Jerry, he'd be very dissatisfied because that's 2 he's missed. He has the pace. He can cut down to the defence. Should be laying it off a little bit better.
This is that effort a little while ago. It was saved by a combination of James McGarry and Philly Larkin. Disappointment for Owen Kelly, but he was brave to have a go. Philly Larkin, Kelly was after him. Is there another score before half-time? Martin Comerford would like to think so. Blocked down brilliantly there. That is Philip Marr, and it's Tom Costa who comes out after it. Out towards Noel Morris. Blocked again. This time the pressure back on the Tipperary backs. And it's going to be a sideline ball. Last man to touch it was Eamon Corcoran.
Yeah, Joe, there's real high intensity in the game. There's not that much space as such, like you're closed down straight away. McAvoy has the feet to get through, but everyone else has been closed down.
In scoring chances so far, Tip with 9 scores out of 16. Kilkenny, 10 scores out of 18. Lots of chances being created. High quality match. Eamon Corcoran. Noel Morris just needing a second to get that under control. Tommy Dunn. Peter Barry rising up there to try and take this one. Misses it. It's Eugene O'Neill out about 50 metres from goal, and he has put it over the bar. Eugene O'Neill's 2nd point, and the teams are level, approaching half-time. Beautifully balanced.
Yeah, Jerry, he had to come out a very long way here. He's about 45 yards out, and people have said about this fella that he doesn't deliver when he's picked to the team, but he's doing it today.
Certainly is. Half-time has arrived here in the 2nd of the Guinness All-Ireland Hurling semi-finals. Nicky English is going in to have a word with Éadán Macsívna. Seems to be unhappy about something. DJ's got 2 65s pointed both. With the score at 10 points apiece. Beautifully balanced start of the 2nd half. Éadán Macsívna just having a little look around. Everybody is in position. Let's hope it's a good one. Just waiting for Paul Kelly to make his way across to left half back for Tipperary. Jostling in midfield already. 35 minutes to go to determine which of these teams will be playing Clare in a few weeks' time in the Guinness All-Ireland Hurling final. And this looks like a very good start to the 2nd half for Kilkenny. John Hoyne with his 1st point. First attack, producing the lead for the Cats. Oh, that's a great catch by J.J. Delaney from the Fenians. In over the head of Martin Comerford this time, waiting for assistance to arrive. Eddie Brennan would like to score 2 points in rapid succession. Both scored by the men who were playing on the right wing of Kilkenny's attack. And it's 12-10.
Yeah, it's a great start 2nd half. A beautiful ball here, picked up Eddie. Fins on the left and turns on the right. Had a very quiet first half by his standards, but he's off to a flyer.
2 points inside 45 seconds. Great start for the Leinster champions. That's Richie Mullally going down there. Richie, whose brother Paddy played in the 1st round match against Dublin just 2 years ago. Great footballing family as well. Just came down awkwardly. So once again the team doctor being called out to do some duty. Mullally is a player who's been gaining in confidence over the last couple of seasons under Brian Cody and his backroom team of Johnny Walsh and Noel Skehan. He's fit to continue. It'll be a line ball to Tipperary, rocked by those 2 early points. So Eddie Enright will take this one. Great ball in. Broken down here. They try to gain some advantage. It's not easy. Benny Dunn can't get quite past that rock steady Kilkenny defence, and it's Derek Ling doubling on it way down towards DJ Carey. Henry Shefflin. Kilkenny starting the second half with a real pep in their step. Comerford benefiting as Tipperary run in to take command of that situation. Maybe they will now. Tommy Dunn shortening the grip on the stick. Tipperary needing an early point, but he can't provide it, and he is furious, I think, with the umpire, feeling that it did go over the bar. Well, they were very angry with what they thought was a foul just before half-time. This is it once again here. Well, it may well have just come inside that left-hand post. The umpires didn't give it. Great catch. Henry Shefflin making space for himself, but he's put it wide. First wide of the second half, 5th in all for Kilkenny. A rueful shake of the head. Brendan Cummins from the Ballybacon Grange Club. Aimed down towards John Carroll, being marked tightly by Peter Barry. Carroll hasn't scored today. Noel Morris watching this one, may need the assistance of Tom Costello. Line ball would be to Kilkenny. They're coming across to take it. Here is their midfielder Derek Ling. Low, stopped by Tommy Dunn. Driving it back down into the corner there. It's a great catch by Philly Larkin, beating Owen Kelly to it. Great clearance as well. Big roar of approval by the fans just to get that ball out of the danger zone.
Yeah, Philly would feel that he should have had a flea or caught a great ball, was being held back by Owen Kelly. This game is still on a knife edge as such. Tip haven't scored yet in the second half, but not much ball has gone up, and it's still there for any team to win it.
Tom Costello. Seized on here by Henry Shefflin. Diagonal ball across, dropped by John Hoyne. That was just enough to allow the man in the corner, who's Paul Ormond, to take possession and fire it back downfield. Henry Shefflin jumping, going through 2 men in between Noel Morris there and Tommy Dunn. And in the end, referee says foul was committed. You can hear what the fans think about the judgment. Referee calling across Tom Costello there.
Yeah, you're forced at an instant where the Kilkenny crowd felt that Henry Shefflin should have got a free. Henry did foul the man, and then Thomas Costello came out and fouled Henry. So it'd be interesting what Aidan does. Probably a throw-in.
Looks like it's going to be 2 yellows here. Shefflin, who's helped himself to 5 points already in this match, leading scorer in the game. So 2 yellow cards for Kilkenny, 3 for Tipperary, and this is what caused all of that. And the referee is going to throw the ball in. Noel Morris can't take it up. It's DJ Carey instead. Still has that lightning pace, getting away from Costello. Big roar from the crowd, and the reason is the white flag. 3 points for DJ Carey.
It's the one and only time Jordan's got away from Tom Costello today, but he made it count.
Sniping his way through here. Same natural reflexes. And he's back in business again here. Out to the ball first time. Good low ball inside. Trying to keep it going. Getting the passman Martin Comerford on his left-hand side on this occasion, dropping in. Goldberg's committed himself, got a very good stick on that. Back there helping out is Eddie Enright. Long ball down towards Brian O'Mara, being challenged there by Richie Mullally. Comes to Peter Barry, commanding figure in the centre. Andy Comerford beyond his brother inside in the full forward position, taken nicely by Paul Ormond. Not a very long clearance. John Hoyne is there. Another opportunity for another point. Oh, it's gone over the goalkeeper's head. He needed the assistance there of his cornerback Paul Ormond. Andy Comerford knocking it back in once again. Breaks down off a defender. And the referee saw some holding and tugging, and it's going to be a free out. Free to Tipperary.
Yeah, at the moment, the game is getting very, very tense. Peter Barry is getting completely on top centre back. Here you see the breaking ball here.
Well, I don't know if the referee has seen Andy Comerford, because blood streaming down the side of his head there from a wound, and he would have to leave the field once the referee has spotted it. Derek Ling puzzled. Referee says, hang on a while. Going across to speak with Peter Barry.
Jerry, if he's not careful, he's going to lose the run of himself. Like, no one really is fully sure what he wants. If he's going to give you a yellow card here, you know, like, it's not that many cards he's given already.
I didn't see a card that time. Probably just ticked his number. You could see getting prepared over there, Charlie Carter. This is Owen Kelly. Andy Comerford is still on the field. The referee hasn't spotted the cut. Otherwise, there would be a need for a blood substitution. This is about 40 metres out. And he's put it wide. The big cheer is because Charlie is coming in place of Eddie Brennan, I think it is. Conor Gleeson is going to come in for Eddie Enright for Tipperary. That switch has now been made. Charlie is a very popular character. Will have been bitterly disappointed not to have started the match. And now the referee has seen the cut on the side of Andy Comerford's head and instructing him to leave the field on a temporary basis. So blood substitute is being prepared and got ready to come in. Looks like it's Sean Dowling. Yes, it's Sean Dowling who's coming in.
At the same time as well, Jerry, you have DJ's got in full forward and Martin Comerford has switched out to top of the left.
Yes, we can expect a lot of action on the sideline before the 35 minutes are up here. That's in towards Martin Comerford. It's very tight, space at a premium. Comes out to Noel Morris here. Runs into the challenge of Shefflin.
Yeah, at the moment, Kilkenny are fired up, and they're putting all the pressure on top of Tipperary. They're hardly even getting space to strike the ball.
Andy Comerford is back in. Sean Dowling has made way. Wasn't off for much more than a minute, I suppose. Brian McAvoy will hit this one. Oh, nicely chipped in there. Dropped down, but it comes to Paul Ormond. Went through the fingers that time of Philip Marr. Again, the referee with a smile on the face, but indicating why he is awarding the free out to Tipperary. Not universally popular, that particular decision. That's where it was dropped, spilled out here, and they were very glad that Paul Ormond was in the right position at the right time. Brendan Cummins, beyond Conor Gleeson this time, still warming up in this particular match. Comes out to Brian O'Mara. Two men are after him. Mullally is one of them. Michael Kavanagh going out as well. Pass is too long, however. Chance to retrieve. Hit inside by Eugene O'Neill. What a start! And it's in! Conor Gleeson was the one who was playing it in, but it was finished, I think, by John Carroll. They're level. It'll be worth watching again. 12 minutes into the second half. Eugene O'Neill firing it across here. This was Gleeson. What an introduction. Saved by McGarry. Came out there to John Carroll, and Carroll has scored after 12 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, it was a great save. It was such a beautiful pinpoint pass by O'Neill into Gleeson. Great save, but Carroll was there and just shoved it through. And you'd have to say Carroll isn't having a great game as such, and Peterborough was in the right spot at the right time.
He's got the knack of getting vital goals. He's done it time and again. Pressure here on Philip Marr. And he has just lost his concentration. And it's gone for a 65. Martin Comerford is a big man, and I think he just took his eye off it.
There's a great ebb and flow to the game. It's still anyone's game, and it's a classic as such.
Right now, you couldn't bet on either of these two teams winning this match. Lar Corbett is about to come in, and he's coming in place of Benny Dunn. Up next, once Lar comes in, will be the 65 for Kilkenny, once again to be taken by DJ Carey. So Benny Dunn from Toomevara makes way, and the young player who's so well known in and around Thurles, plays for the Thurles Sarsfields club, Lar Corbett, gets his chance. So things being freshened up. Lar Corbett has gone into top of the left, being marked there by Michael Cavanaugh. DJ with 2 65s converted so far. Another point from play during the second half. Again, maximum care taken over it, and he has put it wide. The cheers are Tipperary cheers. The great man failing on this occasion. They're still level, 13 points to 110. They've been level on 8 occasions. What a match. John Carroll, the goal scorer, turning, but he's put it outside. There was great pace to that first half. Now, can the players maintain all of that? Won't be easy. Conor Gleeson has gone into midfield, where he's taken up a marking job on Andy Comerford. Things moved around just a little. Conor Gleeson against Comerford. Comes back to Tommy Dunn. Trying to race away there from the attentions of Derek Ling. This time the goalkeeper deciding, let's just leave it out over the end line, and we'll restart with the puck out. The fans have enjoyed it. James McGarry. That's just the second goal that he's conceded in 3 matches in this year's championship, as we watch Eamon Corcoran towards Mark O'Leary's corner. Everybody frantically battling for it. Owen Kelly protesting that it should be a Tipperary ball. Nicky English handing the ball back to the man who's going to take the sideline cut. It's up and down the field. Noel Morris to be the hitter. Two managers just down on the sideline had a quick little word just before this sideline cut. Good friendly atmosphere, great rivalry. Philly Larkin, dashing play, always lifts the crowd and his playing colleagues. Henry Shefflin couldn't hold on to it, but it comes back here to DJ Carey, being roared on. The layoff outside towards his clubmate Charlie Carter, stopped by Brendan Cummins. Great save. A bullet shot. And cleared way down the field there by Tom Costello. What a contest. Whoever gets to the final will have it hard earned. DJ unable to keep it in play, but what a save that was there from Brendan Cummins, denying Charlie Carter as the Goran players combine, DJ and Charlie.
Yeah, Gerard, not only did he block, but he kind of flicked it out as well, and Costa picked it up. It could be the save that will win the match.
It was a very good shot, and you felt it was going to be a certain goal. Here's Peter Barry once again applying the pressure. The counter-attack by the Cats. Derek Ling. Huge one, high, stopped by Brendan Cummins. Some goalkeepers might have given up on that one and batted it over for fear of conceding 3 points. Cummins is a big man, but the pressure is coming. Wave after wave now. And that's Andy Comerford, and that's over the bar. His second point. So Kilkenny with a great response. Down they come, get that score and lead by 1. This is towards Brian O'Mara now from that puck out, taking on Richie Mullally. And he was being held back. It's free for Tipperary. Paul Kelly shaping up like he'll be the one to take it. Their left half back, brother of Owen. Can he level it here? He scored from a 65 earlier on and from another long-range free. He's given it everything. Has he got the accuracy? He has. Great point. Just like Sean McMahon, who gets great scores from centre half back, this wing back here is doing much the same for Tipperary, and the match is level. 18 minutes into the second half. James McGarry pucking it towards the left-hand side on this occasion. Good drive. Coming in to take it here is Eamon Corcoran, the J.K. Brackens player from near Templemore. Pressure on the backs here, pressure on Noel Hickey. The two men in there, Owen Kelly and Eugene O'Neill. Kelly has it. Whipped into space, Mullally reading it well, turned it down to himself. He's under pressure over, gets help from Peter Barry. More assistance coming in the shape of Andy Comerford. And it's way down into the forwards once more. Paul Ormond comes across trying to take it out. DJ Carey trying to deny him. This is Paul Kelly, who got that great 65 there. So many wonderful skills, tough match. Great skill and great style about it, however. It's exactly what you expect in an All-Ireland semi-final, and the two teams are delivering. That's out by JJ Delaney. Derek Ling is coming into the space here to collect, to gather, to take it on, but he's denied by Tommy Dunn. Great stick work, lovely wrist work, and it's back down into the centre of the goal area. Lark Corbett was hoping it would come his way. Eugene O'Neill applying the pressure, but it's Philly Larkin again. Even though he's under pressure the whole time from Owen Kelly in the first half, he has responded, showing great character and no little ability. As always, Hoyne coming forward, decided to try and hand pass it. Charlie Carter was available. He is now. That's a high shot. That's a good shot. That's a great point. Charlie Carter announces his arrival back on the big stage of Croke Park. Brian McAvoy is about to make way. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But this was worth watching and looking at again. It's going to be Jimmy Coogan who will come in. He's ready for action. And Jimmy Coogan is being marked here in this game by Noel Morris. He's playing at left half forward. Michael Kavanagh always looks so cool under pressure. Under pressure right now is Philip Marr. Pressure from Martin Comerford. Trying to take away past Charlie, and Charlie is furious with the decision, but the referee says, I think you chopped down. Charlie had lost the stick. Tips free will be taken by their full-back. Great leader at the back, the man from Borrisoleigh, Philip Marr. Big one. Under pressure, the half-back line, but my goodness, some thundering great performances here. Peter Barry got that one away. They weren't quite sure where that one was going, but the line ball will be to Tipperary.
Yeah, I feel, Ger, that Tip will have to change, you know, John Carroll, because, like, definitely Peter Barry is winning that duel, and that's put someone else in it.
Morris cutting it in here. Lark Corbett reaching up for it, trying to follow it through there himself. But once more, it's Owen Kelly. But this time he has put it wide. Great first half, not having the best of luck with his shooting in the second. John Carroll has now come out to right half forward, being marked by JJ Delaney. And I think the switch that you were predicting, Cyril, is taking place. It's Brian O'Mara, who started the match, you may remember, left corner forward, then moved into the half line. He's now centre half forward.
Yeah, Joe, because as it went on, Peter Barry and General Players begin to mop up everything.
They're just delaying ever so slightly because one of the Kilkenny players wants to do up his laces. Back in the centre here is Eamon Corcoran. Reaching up for it was Owen Kelly. Kelly's out around the half forward line right now. JJ Delaney is his marker. Coming through there. Mark O'Leary hitting it well. Great point. That's the third point now for Mark O'Leary. The teams are level for the 10th time. It's an amazing game. Lovely hand pass into the clear. The shoulder then came in from Andy Comerford, but O'Leary was able to withstand that and get a fine score. It's up and down the field. A stirring contest. Hurling went flying there. That's a good ball down. Towards the substitute is Jimmy Coogan, ready to take on Philip Marr. His angle shot. Well, Brendan Cummins is saying wide, but the umpire has a different point of view, and Coogan is credited with his first point as coming on as a sub.
Yeah, sure, they've got Cummins got in full forward. You have Charlie and DJ on the two wings, and you have Martin Comfort got out wing forward.
Kilkenny by a point. Nice balance and control here. Beautifully taken by Martin Comerford, who's just made that switch, as you heard. Great work again here by DJ Carey, taking on Costello. It's still DJ Carey. Will he go the whole way through? Laying it off, and the sub has scored. Jimmy Coogan's first real chance of making a major impact. There are 24 minutes of the second half gone. Kilkenny sweep into the lead, and it's DJ who made it. Might have gone through himself, aware he might be hooped. They were all after him, and Coogan belted it into the net past Brendan Cummins.
Yeah.
It's a match which has everything. Kilkenny lead by 4 points, and they're in the attack again. Coogan beaten this time by Philip Marr. Charlie Carter's chasing after him as well. Comes out towards Lark Corbett this time. Back in there towards Paul Kelly. Kelly beating off the challenge, or would-be challenge. This time the umpires have a right good look, and certain that it went well away to the left.
You go back to the goal there again. DJ did everything, cut down the middle. He had Charlie out in his right, but didn't give it this time to Charlie. Give it to young Cummins and stuck in the back of the net. And the Wizard is still alive and well.
And his pace is still there. Great control. Got a hefty challenge just as he laid it off there, but it was Coogan who got the goal. Just watch the commitment being demonstrated down there, playing as if their very lives depend upon it. A place in the final does. The injured man here is John Hoyne. John, part of the Greg Ballycallan group of players. Nicky English wants his team just to lift it again. Only 4 between them. Henry Shefflin's off once again. It drops short. Brendan Cummins is in trouble, and Coogan's after him. Brendan Cummins lying down there just outside the small rectangle. They try to get it away. He's made saves. He's had a couple of dodgy moments as well. Hearts in mouth stuff, I think. Derek Ling knocking it in. This is an easier one for Brendan Cummins to come, to collect and to clear. Towards Lark Corbett, operating around left half forward. Here he is. Richie Malloy's after him. He's fouled him, and it's going to be a free in for Tipperary. 26.5 minutes gone in the second half. Paul Kelly is outside the Kilkenny 65-metre line now. He's got 3 from 3 so far. He's given it everything, but has he got the direction? Not quite. It's still 116 to 112. Well, he's had a few worrying moments. Both goalkeepers beaten just once. Plenty more time to go. McGarry towards the left half-forward position. Noel Morris reaching up for it, doesn't take it. Tommy Dunn back to try and help out. That was Martin Comerford. Referee says you pushed. Shake of the head, but that's the indication from the referee. So pressure back on the Kilkenny backs. Noel Morris to take the free. Decent ball in towards Brian O'Mara, but Peter Barry played wonderfully well, supported there by J.J. Delaney, and they get it out to the other man on the wing in that half-back line, Richie Mullally. Broken by Coogan. A real struggle at this stage. Players must be tired. Philip Marr. Coogan was after him. And the referee, to the annoyance of the Kilkenny players and fans, has awarded a free to Tipperary. Eugene O'Neill is about to come off the Tipperary team, and John O'Brien is the one who's going to come in. Very, very crafty and useful player to be able to bring into your attack. Words of advice from Nicky English, and he goes straight in there towards full forward. Meanwhile, very patiently waiting all this while is Paul Kelly. It's a huge distance out. Happy if he can lob it in there into a dangerous situation. They were rising up for it. O'Brien trying to get his stick to it, trying to force it out here towards Richie Mullally. Good clearance into the middle of the field. A thundering good battle. Tommy Dunn off once again. Ling was chasing after him, and that is where Tipperary very badly needed a point. It's Tommy Dunn's first of the day. There's still over 5 minutes to play of normal time. So stylish, so artistic in his approach, and deadly in the finish. The fans now urging on these two teams to take them past the winning post and a date with Clare. Conor Gleeson, former captain in an All-Ireland final, of course. John Carroll up there to try and apply the pressure. Philly Larkin down on his hands and knees. Carroll gets it into the clear. Brian O'Mara trying to make something of this. Taking his time and lobbing it over. 2 points between the teams. Brian O'Mara's first, now operating on the 40. Marking Peter Barry. Trying to lessen Barry's influence on the game. Great score.
You're going to have some finish here now, Ger, because, like, you know, there's 5 or 6 minutes left between injury time and all.
Pressure on the half-backs once again. Noel Morris reaching up there. Comes back here to Mark O'Leary. Inside towards Brian O'Mara, setting off again. Peter Barry is the man he's taking on. Lobbed in delightfully. Broken down by John Carroll, waiting for somebody to come in at the finishing of this. But it's Richie Mullally instead digging in there. Oh, ball under the feet there of the fullback. John Carroll feeding it back in here again. And that's high, and it's over the bar. And it is John O'Brien's first point. First shot on the target as well. Doing the business, only 1 point between the teams. Are we to have a winner today? It's as tight as that. Great match. And don't forget, football coming up very shortly from Navan, Armagh against Sligo. A great day's sport. 2 gripping matches here in Croke Park. The minor and now the senior. Henry Shefflin on his left-hand side, just as Tipperary came back. A rousing score by Shefflin. That's his 6th of the match. And once again, Kilkenny enjoy a 2-point lead. But there'll be more scores in this game, you feel. Who will get them? taken up here nicely by Brian O'Mara once more. Again, John O'Brien partly blocked. Kavanagh. Conor Gleeson's under this one. Makes a good catch. Inside towards John Carroll, operating in front of goal. Philly Larkin once again on his hands and knees. Still pressure, Richie Mullally facing back towards his own goal. They came to his assistance and they get it out towards Derek Ling. Who's to win it? Who'll be playing for the Liam McCarthy Cup for 2002? Out once more here is Paul Ormond. Fed inside there to the man with the other golden helmet, Eamon Corcoran, and it's a golden shot. Touched over by James McGarry. Corcoran's first point. One of the great sports occasions of the year.
Without doubt, Gerard, the best hurling game of the year. It's intense, it's hard, it's fast, and it's fair. Fantastic score on the volley. It's still anyone's game.
The referee has gone across to speak to the linesman to inform him how much time will be left at the end of the 70. Right now, 2 minutes of normal time. 1 point in it. Possession vital. Missed by Andy Comerford that time, but assisted by his midfield ally, Derek Ling. He's going for it. Touchdown there by Brendan Cummins. It's out over the end line, off his stick. It'll be a 65. Time for DJ perhaps again. This was it. Brendan Cummins put under pressure, made the clearance, and then the ball quite clearly went out over the end line. They're leaving this one for Henry Shefflin. Change of plan. DJ had hit 2 65s. People just a bit confused right now as to what is happening.
Some of the crowd are shouting in, Gerard, that it might have been over the bar. Be interesting what the umpires are going to say to the referee.
It'll be a big talking point. Everybody wants to influence the umpires. We've had many talking points. So what is he doing?
Yeah, it's a point, Gerard.
It's a point. Watch it again here.
Yeah.
That is pretty conclusive.
Yeah, it's over the bar.
It was Derek Ling with his second point. He gets the credit. 2 between them. The 70 minutes are almost up and Peter Barry has it again. A wonderful performance. Derek Ling. 2 great teams have thrilled us this afternoon. Martin Comerford, Charlie Carter holding possession, laying it off again. Tipperary chasing shadows. Kilkenny come looking for another point, and there was a hurley thrown, and it's going to be a free in.
It's been a fantastic contest, Gerard. Like, there's no doubt about it.
I think it was
looked to be in the driving seat, but the way this game is going, even tipping this ball over the bar, you could never say that a goal won't come for tip.
I wonder was it Paul Ormond who actually let his stick off that time. So this is a golden chance for Henry Shefflin now. Just to tap it over. You can watch the stick here of Ormond. Coming loose. Definite free. 6 points for Shefflin so far. High, up, in, over the bar. Almost into the next field. 7 for Shefflin. 3 between them. 119 to 116. Tipperary now trying to build, but they're once again denied space and opportunity by Philly Larkin. That's gathered in there by Paul Ormond. Stick fastened to his hand once again. Kicking it away past the attentions of Charlie Carter. Didn't quite see how many minutes were to be played on. There's still a bit of time. Martin Comerford. And that's out over the end line. An annoyed Philip Marr. Is the match running away from Tipperary? Two minutes of added time to be played, but we're now a minute and a half into that. Time very much against Tipperary. having lost their Munster title, are they now about to lose the All-Ireland title won in such memorable fashion last year? DJ comes through and he puts it over, and Kilkenny now surely are in the All-Ireland final.
They may come and go, Jar, but there'll be only one ever, DJ Carey, and you can talk about all the greats you like. It's been a pleasure to see the man in action again. And what about this man, hurling the game of his life as well?
Barry is superb. Martin Comerford here. Tipperary looking very demoralised, as well they might be. Brendan Cummins makes a good touch this time. Coogan's after it, Noel Morris is after there for Tipperary, also Paul Kelly trying to get it out. Just need to get possession once again, but they have to make up a goal and a point, and that is just to try and tie it. Kilkenny had 37 scoring chances to 31 for Tipperary. A memorable contest. DJ now being told, get back you go, by Noel Morris. Tip want to take their free. Tommy Dunn hitting it in. Anything other than the goal here would hardly be enough. John O'Brien was hitting it. Still more opportunities, and Owen Kelly sees his shot come out off a defender, and it's gone for another 65. We've had plenty of them this afternoon. Paul Kelly wants it very quickly. That was Owen Kelly there, went off the defender. I think it was off Philly Larkin. So here we go. Kelly, I'm sure, will have to try and drop it in and hope for the best. That he's doing. Skids through, and it's just wide, and it's all over. What a game. A wonderful contest. A credit to both teams, to their loyal supporters, to their coaches and selectors and all the backroom teams. We have seen a wonderful game, and look at the look of delight on Brian Cody.
Yeah, Jerry, you've seen one of the all-time great games. Fantastic game of hurling. You know, it's what it's all about, really, like, and it's going to take some team now to beat Kilkenny, but Clare are waiting, and they'll be quite happy to meet either of them.
Well, there's some unfinished business, and I don't mean any nasty stuff. There, of course, were the two teams that met in the 1997 All-Ireland final.
Yeah, Jerry, and Tip were great champions. They went down with a fight, you know, it didn't go down without a fight. That game could have gone either way until the last few minutes.
There's the final score. It's Kilkenny 120, Tipperary 116. We have seen a great day's hurling. DJ came back. He knew it was a risk because people wanted to remember him for the great player that he was. We'll try and get a word with him shortly, but it's the mark of the man that he was prepared to come back and contribute what he could to his county, and my goodness did he make a contribution.
Great player, but Henry Shefflin had a fantastic game, and to me, like, you know, the man that stood out over the tour today was Peter Barry. He dominated from start to finish, had a fantastic game as such, but when you have the likes of forwards like Shefflin, DJ in your team, you're always going to have a very good team.